Malachi Fields is a player that we coveted coming into the draft, and as things started to fall and he was still there, and some of the receivers that had went already, an opportunity to go get him, and we thought the value was we were fine with the value and the ability to secure the player that we wanted at a position that we wanted to upgrade. Not only the size, length, athleticism, another phenomenal kid that will come in and be for us.
How much?
You said you were fine with the value, Joe, but people always talk about the 27 draft like it's this all-world draft.
Yeah, and we'll see. I know the comp formula. We'll see if we're able to still get one there. So there's a chance we could maybe get a comp formula for. As we've seen throughout the 4s, 5s, 6s, if you want to be intentional about it, you can certainly do that earlier in the draft, move back a couple spots. So,
How much was this the kind of receiver you were looking for to maybe complement? You had like Mooney and Slayton are kind of vertical stretch receivers. Basically fits a build and mold. How much was that what you were looking for specifically?
Yeah, certainly a different body type than we currently have. So yeah, adding that was something that we had talked about doing. We weren't going to force it unless the value was at the right spot, and obviously being 6'4.5", 218 pounds, and the catch radius and athleticism that he displays was attractive. All those things were, almost like build the basketball team we talk about. You got to power forward now.
I think you guys didn't go to the Senior Bowl, right? You guys were here, but he had some standout Senior Bowl. What was the word from the scouts after that?
Best receiver. Works back, yeah. Coach and I were here that week, but we obviously got to go through the film and watch the one-on-ones and the practices and the games, and I'm in a week down there for sure.
What does a player like him give Jackson when he's over there?
Yeah, you can put it in the radius, put it in the area, and he's going to come down with a lot of times, and you saw that Notre Dame, just again down, a down the field target. That can come down with the ball in contested situations, red zone, big body in the red zone. Again, with that tremendous catch radius, that's invaluable for a young quarterback.
And you mentioned stout. You add another big player. How much do you like having a couple more big players, 4 or 5 more big players?
Yeah, it's not a negative. It's definitely not a negative, but. We spent a lot of time over the course of the whole draft, and I think the scouts did a great job once again throughout the day, and we were all in there together studying these guys, and you try to reset it. And Malachi was a guy that we had right at the top of our board from the beginning of the day. It wasn't a guy that we weren't targeting. We were targeting him right out of the gates, and we were able to get Colton, and he was in the same clump. I think Joe did a great job of understanding, kind of the draft and where people valued certain players and thought we could get them a little later. We probably exhausted as far back as you thought we could go, and then made an aggressive move to come back up and get to this spot right here. A whole round ahead of where we were picking to give us a chance to get him. So he's a guy that we felt like had for us maybe a second round value. We wanted the player, and we got him. I thought it was a great get for us.
How much were you considering maybe going after that number 37 versus the waiting game?
Say again?
Considering getting him at 37 versus waiting.
Yeah, Colton was our top guy on the board coming into the day, so we were excited to get him.
Yeah, I mean, I think that part of it's it's not just about how much you value him; it's about where can you get him, right?
Yeah.
And Joe and the rest of the scouting department, they do a great job of kind of analyzing all that stuff. Sometimes you're not right, but they kind of had it pegged in terms of where he was going to go in the order, and that's probably why we got it done.
John, Joe mentioned catch radius for a young quarterback. What is that? I mean, I know what it means, but can you explain as a head coach how in a young quarterback's head where you can throw the ball in the area and he's like, I know he's going to catch it.
It's such a great point, because the idea being basically a player is never covered. Because you throw the ball to him, he's going to find a way to make the play around the defender, and not just He's got reach. He can outreach whoever's covering him. He's got great hands. He's a contested type of receiver. You've seen those guys in the league for a lot of years make a lot of plays. And I would also say, too, you know, I heard what some of the commentators said, and, you know, the 40 time is a concern for people, but when you do the miles per hour, which we get to tracking now, that's fast. And he tracks a lot faster. It's equivalent of a mid 4.4 type 40 time. He's running over 21 miles an hour consistently in games. He's also got the ability to stop, drop his weight, change direction, get out of breaks. You see all that. We looking at one-on-one tapes from college and things like that. And I think he's kind of an underrated athlete as well. So we'll see when he gets here. We'll all get a chance to look at him and see what he does. But plus, he's an A+ personality, A+ character, A+ worker. They love him at Notre Dame. So we're looking forward to getting him here.
Any hesitation that there's going to be such a large gap between this pick now and what I believe you don't pick till the beginning of the 6th?
Mm-hmm. Yep, we have three 6th-round picks. So yeah, big gap in between there. So we're probably not going to do anything before that. I can.
It's a big gap.
Pretty much assure you that. So.
Did you have to think hard about that? The idea of, okay, we're not going to be able to pick for a while now?
Yeah, you know, there's some guys coming off now. I mean, it's a little bit of the wild, wild west right now on our board. So, you know, there was a player up there that we coveted, and, you know, we felt really good if we were able to get him in the building. And, you know, we'll just continue to chip away with the three picks remaining, and then college free agency, and then, you know, any vets that are on the street. If we need to continue to fill the roster that way, we'll do that.
How do you feel? I'd be asking this question. If you picked your defensive tackle, I'd probably be asking about wide receiver. So I'll just ask it the other way. How do you feel about defensive tackle now? Because obviously it's hard to fill all the needs with only so many picks, but that seems to be the one area you guys haven't addressed.
Yeah, and we again not playing until September. There's other avenues that we can do it. You know, again, some of the free agents that are on the street. You know, we'll continue to talk to some of those guys, and you know, again, we got college free agency and, you know, 3 6th-round picks. So. You know, we'll find a way. We won't stop. We'll keep looking to upgrade not just D tackle, but the entire roster. You know, wherever it is, we'll continue to do that.